Hello, my name is Calvin Coolidge, and I'm the 30th President of the United States. I went from Vice President to President after the 29th President, Warren Harding, had a heart attack and died. I got the nickname Silent Cal since I was so quiet and frugal. I'm the first president to use the radio to deliver my State of the Union and talk to the U.S. people. My administration started off running with the economy booming since World War I. My main goal was to shrink the government's part in private business. I decreased taxes and kept high tariffs to promote American manufacturing. Thanks to me, I shrank the federal debt by a whole 26%. For immigration, I passed the Immigration Act of 1924, which put quotas on people coming from Japan, East and North Europe. With foreign policy, I did a lot. First off, I passed the Kellogg-Brandt Act that was an international agreement to not involve war to solve conflicts. I kept the U.S. out of the League of Nations, and I withdrew troops from the Dominican Republic.
My name is Herbert Hoover, and I was the 31st President of the United States. When I was elected in 1928, everything was looking good, but then suddenly on a Tuesday, the stock market crashed and America was thrown into the Great Depression. Throughout my presidency, I did everything I could, but nothing worked, so everybody hated me. They even called poor homeless areas Hoovervilles. Veterans from World War I began demanding payment for their service with money the government didn't have. They were called the Bonus Army, and I tried to help farmers with the Agricultural Marketing Act in 1929. I established the Federal Farm Board even though it was created before the stock market crash. It was enlarged during the Depression. They had a revolving fund to help stabilize prices and promote the sale of agricultural products. It also held surpluses in storage. On June 17, 1930, I signed the Smoot-Hawley Tariff into law, which implemented the protectionist tariff on over 20,000 imported goods. It didn't help much. In 1930, I did make the Star-Spangled Banner the national anthem. I sent a message to Japan and China that America would not recognize territorial changes executed through force through the Hoover-Stimson Doctrine. I also pulled our troops out of Nicaragua. Before I left, I proposed the Reconstruction Financial Corporation, which provided loans to banks, state governments, and local governments. I lost the election of 1932, which ended my political career.
I'm the well-known FDR, and I served as your 32nd president. So I got elected on March 4th, 1933, to save America. Despite my sickness, polio, I declared a 4-day bank holiday to give the nation a break from this panic. Fun fact, one day later, my wife held the First Lady press conference, so yeah, she's pretty amazing. Alright, back to me. So on March 9th, Congress enacted my 100 days and passed the Emergency Banking Act, which allowed banks to reopen once they're able to. And on March 12th, I delivered the first fireside chat to the nation. Over the next couple of days, Congress passed more contents of the New Deal like the AAA, TVA, NIRA, PWA, and NRA, and the Second New Deal, including WPA, followed. After the Great Depression was over, World War II took storm, although we started out isolationist. Our once revolutionary enemies needed our help, so Congress passed the Lend-Lease Act to assist the British with weaponry. We didn't remain isolationist for long, though. Soon we were bombed by the Japanese at Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941, and war wrapped more tightly on us than ever recorded in American history.
Hello, I'm Harry Truman, and I was inaugurated as the 33rd President of the United States after the death of FDR. I only met privately with him a few times before he unfortunately passed away, so I never actually knew about the construction of the atomic bomb. The war in Europe ended when we accepted Nazi Germany's surrender on May 8th, and the United Nations Charter was signed. I even got to meet with Winston Churchill and Joseph Stalin to discuss post-war action in the Potsdam Conference. I had to approve of the decision of whether to drop the atomic bombs in Hiroshima and Nagasaki in order to get Japan to surrender on August 14th. People have since then criticized my decision to approve of the bombings, but thousands of hours of research and development, as well as billions of dollars, had contributed to its production in the Manhattan Project, so it really was not a theoretical research project. I said before that it was an awful responsibility that has come to us in a 1945 radio address, and since then, the control of this atomic power became one of the gravest problems that faces civilization today. In the aftermath of the war, my administration had to contend with deteriorating U.S.-Soviet relations, but at least the war is over, right?